Hi guys, welcome to the maiden episode of Tana Talks NBA. On this show, I will be discussing NBA action, the best and finest and most accurate analysis. I'm going to have guests calling in and we're going to discuss each and every bit of the action. Do not forget to check us out on YouTube and on Instagram. Now today we are talking OKC. We are talking Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets had a 2-0 lead over the Oklahoma City Thunder and now they've bottled it. They've blown it. Now it's 2-2 tied. Wow. What do you guys think? First of all, I want you guys to make your predictions below. Do you think Russell Westbrook's return will trigger something and will lead OKC to a defeat, his former club, and lead Houston Rockets to a win, of course? Or Russell Westbrook coming back and being rusty and all is not the best thing for the OKC at the moment? But now, today, what I'm doing is analyzing the game. What happened? Now, a few of the basic stats here. OKC won 117 to 114. That is 3-point difference for OKC. It didn't have to go into overtime. This was normal regulation time. Now, field goals. OKC scored 42 of 86, while Houston Rockets scored 41 of 91. Now, to put this into perspective, what I want to mention was Houston's 3-point shooting. Houston shot so many 3 points. Now, to break down the statistics for you, the Houston Rockets shot 58 threes, 58 at a percentage of 39.7. Now, the percentage wasn't actually bad, but the thing was that early on in this game, there were so many wide open men and it was so easy to find a man wide open to take the three on both sides actually. But I think at a point Houston started overdoing it and they didn't challenge themselves to move into the paint, to try to drive. And when you drive, what happens? You either make the bucket or win a foul, and a lot of times you make the bucket and also win a foul, and you play for a 3-point sequence, the bucket and of course the 2 free throws. So then the Houston Rockets didn't do this enough. Now this also reflects, as much as the 3-point shooting numbers are really high, 58, they took 58 3-points. In comparison, OKC took 32. So as much as these numbers are really high, you can also see that it's reflecting the number of free throws they got. They got only 10. Houston Rockets got only 10. And of course, you know that your chances from the free throw line is of course way higher than your chances from the 3 points. And I'm not trying to say do not shoot, but I thought 58 was a bit overboard, to be honest. And again, the defensive side for both teams was not just good enough, in my opinion. Of course, this game was close, and it's just, in my opinion, these fine margins. Okay, these fine margins. Every stat here, almost every stat was really close. They had equal number of turnovers, 14 each for both sides. Steals as well. OKC with 6 steals, the Houston Rockets with 7 steals. So I think in these games, actually, it's these little moments that count. Harden took a lot of threes, so many threes that just didn't go in. And of course, this isn't particularly a problem, but I thought the shooting was particularly poor because his 3-point shooting was so flat, actually. But not only James Harden as well. PJ Tucker too wasn't bad as well, although he just gave 11 points. And I think, like, if you're Harden, of course you have Eric Gordon scoring 23, which is fine, as I said. So I think the main problem for Houston was defensively, because when I look at the game and watch the game, like, I'm not trying to discredit OKC. Chris Paul was absolutely fantastic. His mid-range shots were very, very good. World-class player. But in my opinion, I'm not trying to discredit OKC, but what I'm trying to say here, the game looked more like what Houston weren't doing than more of what OKC were doing. And I think the Houston Rockets know this. They know they are favorites and they know that they deserve, or not they deserve, they're expected to win this series. So in my opinion, I think the Houston Rockets just need to tighten up a bit defensively, because as I said, it was just too easy, winning so many fouls, just too easy, getting so many wide open shots and wide open threes. And when you combine this with a bit of careless shooting, and should I say opting for the easier option, always trying to shoot the easy and wide open 3 points, then it goes against you. But from OKC's perspective as well, if you decide to leave men open, wide open every single time, like, you're not always going to be this lucky. Okay, maybe Harden gets his day and everything is just clicking, you're in trouble. He can possibly drop 60 on you. So that's just it. But I would love to know your predictions, how this series are going to end. I want to know what you think about it. Thank you.